Hi traders, David here again from Wave Trader. So this is the last week of January 2020, and I'm having a look at the dollar index. So the reason why I pay attention to the dollar index is because if you know where exactly the dollar is going, you have a handle on so many of the currencies. Okay. So if we know that the dollar index is trending up, for instance, we know that the major currencies are going to follow suit, either inversely or directly proportional. Okay. So this cuts your analysis by about 70%. You don't have to analyze all the currency pairs to look for good trades. As long as you know where the dollar is going, you should do well. So now I'm on the monthly chart for the dollar index, and I'm just going to tell it as I see it. Okay, the most current candle is bullish. Okay, so that means we are bouncing off of an area of support. That's okay. However, I see something here. I see negative divergence beginning to form. Okay, and you can see that more clearly when you look at the histogram. So this is just an early sign. Okay, we need a convincing cross of the EMAs, because I can see that the MACD has crossed, giving us a dead cross here as well. So we need a convincing cross on the EMAs on the monthly chart for us to be sure if the trend direction is set for south. Okay, I'm just going to go lower to the weekly chart now. So remember, at least on this MT4 platform, you cannot trade the dollar index, but you use it to give you an idea where the market is going. So what do we see here on the weekly chart? Well, you can easily see the divergence situation forming here. Okay, how far this is going to go, we don't know. Right now, the market is bouncing off of this area of support, and it's heading for this area of resistance right here. Okay, so we have to go lower to see what's happening. So I'm going to go to the daily chart, and on the daily chart, for 2 weeks now I've been talking about the fact that the dollar was going to go up. Okay, and I gave two different scenarios. The first one was I plotted this, and I said that if the dollar could get up to this area of the trend line, then that means it will be aiming for the 79% region. Okay, and the second scenario was if the dollar could not break the 62% region here, which it did, but however, if it could get up to the 79%, then there was a chance of the dollar turning around and going south. As you can see, it's gone beyond that, so it's heading for this trend line. Okay, this resistance trend line. And the trend line shows us clearly that the market is in a downtrend. Okay, so while there's the possibility that it could go higher, what the market will tell us this week will determine if we are going to see a strong dollar or a weak dollar. Right now, the dollar looks strong. Okay, so I'm just going to go to the 4-hour chart and see what we see. So this is what I'm seeing on the 4-hour chart. We've had a bull Elliott wave completed, first wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave, correction. Okay, a correction. So this could be the start of another smaller bull wave. We have the 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 to come, and 5. And if the market is going to turn around, then we'll see something here. Now, whenever the MACD begins to give you a higher crest and then a much lower crest, you know that a divergence situation is not far behind. Okay, so how are you going to factor this into your trading? Now, if you are going to be looking at the major pairs, the GBP, the Euro, the USD, the New Zealand, the Aussie, and the Swiss, then we will be thinking to buy. Okay, if we get a convincing break of the dollar above this trend line, okay, then we'll be thinking to buy the Swiss, the CAD, possibly the yen. Okay, but the yen has a mind of its own, so you have to be watchful about that. and then we'll be thinking of selling selling the GBP, the Euro, the Aussie, and the New Zealand. So all you have to do now is watch and wait, and let's see what the markets will tell us when the markets open. Okay, so we will know the direction to look at. But for now, I'm cautiously thinking sell. Okay, sell for the currencies that have the US dollar as their majors. I'm thinking sell. Okay, I'm not negating the fact that there's still some upward potential, but I'll rather go with the major trend here. Okay, so let's just wait and see what happens when the markets open. So that's my take on the dollar index, and there's not much going on here beyond what I've been saying for the past 2 weeks. Okay, so it's a watch and wait phase. Okay, it does happen. Okay, the markets can be quiet for a long time, a week, a month, maybe two. So you just have to be patient until you get cast iron signals. So don't be in a hurry to jump into any trades. And I'm just going to quickly look at the GBP card here just to show you something. So the GBP card apes the major currencies like the GBP USD. All right. And I was analyzing this earlier today, and this is the daily chart, and I can see here that we've had positive divergence situation that pushed the market up for us. Okay, pushed it up to this place, and now we are getting a retracement, and you can see that we have a golden cross here. Okay, we had the wave bottom situation here, we had the golden cross, so we had a valid wave bottom situation that gave us 1, 2, 3 waves, and this is the fourth. If I were to go lower to the 4-hour chart, you will see clearly, and you can see this is what happened. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I've marked the 62% region of this run up in price, the third wave. So while it may turn around at the 62%, there's also the high possibility that it could go lower. Okay, so the benchmark here is to wait for the MACD to give us a positive golden cross going up, and for the EMAs to give us a golden cross as well. And of course, we're looking for a wave bottom situation in this region. So this is just an example of how you can analyze your trades using the dollar index and wait patiently for a good entry signal. Okay, so the GBP card apes what the GBP USD is doing, and if I briefly go to the GBP USD, you can see it's doing almost the same thing. Okay, so you can just have a look at these things for yourself, and you can see we had our wave bottom situation here, 1, 2, 3, and this is the fourth wave. Now, because it has almost broken the second wave here, you have to be careful about this. Okay, so if we are going to get a convincing situation to buy, then we are waiting for a wave bottom situation conclusively, a golden cross on the MACD and a golden cross on the EMAs before we consider buying again on the cable or the pound. All right, I've put this trend line here. For me, if this trend line gets broken convincingly on the daily chart, I know that the upward trend has resumed. Okay, that's on the cable or the pound. So we don't know yet. We can only watch and wait. Okay, so just be careful, guys. This week, be watchful and just wait for clear signals before you make any decisions. So happy trading, guys, and thank you very much.